at the Little House on the Prairie 50th anniversary, and this is Mitch Mogul, who played Johnny Johnson. I'm about to get my picture with him and get his autograph. This is Miss Beadle. I've met her before, but it's cool to see her again from the show. The Rose Wilder twins that played Rose Wilder. This is Sarah Carter. Baby Rose is over there. It's Wendy Luley, Baby Rose, the wild boy, who apparently is really deaf. And then we're getting to Dean Butler up here. That's what I'm really excited about. Here's Dean. We're about to meet Dean. How exciting is that? Dean Butler, Almanzo. So this is a descendant of Bandit that was on the show. Aww, he's so cute.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Yay.
Asked by a dear friend of mine who took a train across the country with you. I don't know where Cheryl's at. To ensure that everybody along the way was remembered in this. So I got the honor to remember your husband. So, from the state of Connecticut, a General Assembly and official citation. Be it hereby known to all that the Connecticut General Assembly hereby offers, again, this says congratulations, I will say just thank you, to Kent McCrae. In recognition of Kent was a legendary, masterful producer and production manager. He collaborated on beloved, wholesome family TV shows like Little House on the Prairie, Bonanza, Highway to Heaven, that raised a generation of viewers that are still revered today. It has been said that behind every successful man is Kent McCrae. And he is still admired in the business as we know it today. He prioritized uplifting people to do their best work, which made for an environment where they flourished, resulting in creating a show guided by each crew's expertise. Kent's legacy of being a thoughtful and gracious producer lives on in all of those whom he worked with, mentored, and in the classic TV favorites that he helped produce. The entire membership extends its very best wishes on this occasion in all of his successes and yours. Given today, President Pro Tem, Speaker of the House Matt Ritter, and Secretary of the State Stephanie Thomas.
Woo! That's awesome.
Well, I'm overwhelmed. You know, Hartford and Connecticut on the whole was Kent's home. And he grew up here. He loved Connecticut very much. This is going to mean so much because I know he's here I know it, I feel it. And I thank you so much for this. This really means a lot to me. Thank you. I'm gonna cut what?
Don't cut nobody.
Be careful, don't cut anybody's fingers. Yeah. Yay! Woo! Oh, is that what he said?
Friends with her mother and her father. I think she is the best of both. Please welcome Leslie Landon.
Yay! Woo!
So special. It's such an honor for all of us to be here, and it's been quite a year, the 50th celebration. And I think the question that my brother Michael and I got asked the most was, what do you think your dad would think of something like this? And I think our dad would be blown away. I know that he knew he had made an incredible series with Little House. I know that his purpose in doing the show was to touch people's lives, to bring people together, to have families come together every week, people to talk to one another, to learn from one another. But I know if my dad was here, he would be so incredibly grateful for the legacy, for you guys, for the only reason Little House has been around, the show, because obviously the books will continue, is the fact that you guys have continued to watch and to love and to have generation upon generation watch the show. So from the bottom of my heart, on behalf of the Landon family, I want to thank all of you guys so much. And what an incredible event, Susan, that you put on. And my dad loved Kent like a brother, as you know. And I know Kent would be feeling with pride too over all of this.
You're right.
And thank you guys, the work and the dedication that you guys do, traveling around, keeping Little House, the love of Little House in all of your hearts. So, thank you guys.
Here is the little house that they just dedicated. It's a replica of the house from Little House on the Prairie. And there's also an inside. These girls are playing a picture.
Thank you, John.
Now let's go. No. I don't either.
How do we get the music?
Danielle.
Here at day 2, and here's the line
But we met
to
him,
meet
him and his wife, actually.
Albert and Leslie Landon. It goes all the way down there. There's a lot of people here.
Okay,
And then over there, there's the line too
cultural
for Nellie.
society in Western New York.
safely. Young grows wild.
Oh, yeah. We're trying to go to them. I have a little one. So.
This must be surreal for them because they were like babies. Don't know anything.
So these are the original wagons from the show. How cool is that? I'm going to take you around and show you all of them. This looks like Almanzo's wagon from the show. Let's see if I'm right. Yep. I was right. Almanzo.
Thank you so much. Holden's are the best.
That's awesome. And then this looks like Doc Baker's wagon, or the preacher's wagon from the show. See if I'm right about this. Yep. Doc Baker. I was right. This is his wagon. That is so cool. And then here is the Ingalls wagon, it looks like. He was in the house for all 9 seasons. That's awesome. It's really cool. Sorry.
Smaller in person.
And then this looks like the stagecoach from the show. It's pretty cool. 4 saddles. Yep, stagecoach. Built for productions in 1940. That's awesome.
Let's go and let your mom take a look.
It's inside. They would have ridden inside. So cool.
Good, how are you? Awesome. Thanks for being here again. Thanks for your patience. But you know what? Are we all hungry?
Yes!
That's what I'm talking about. So tables 1 through 10 can make your way up to the buffet table. And have fun. Thank you.
I have my glasses on, folks. I'm sorry. Okay. Why don't you take over here?
My goodness. Well, first of all, hey, thank you all so much. I've gotten to know so many of you today. My wife, Leslie, who's right over here, sitting next to beautiful Leslie Landon. 2 beautiful Leslies right next to you. It is absolutely been our pleasure to meet a lot of you today. And boy, it was a long day, wasn't it? I know all the people in my line just stuck out, and we got down to the last one, and I love you all, and we just had a fun time doing it. And I just want to say thank you, because Little House on the Prairie has the best bands in the world. Woo! I do want to say a special thank you to Susan McCrae here, who I adore. I've known Susan since I'm 10 years old. She's the person that cast me on Little House on the Prairie and really started my career. And I just owe you a big debt of gratitude, and I'll do anything for you. We also, Susan and I both would like to say a special thank you to Karen Hutkins and the people at Hillstead Museum. How about a round of applause for this? The staff has been so supportive for us and there and working their tails off. And I like people that get it done. I don't like complainers. I like people that just roll up their sleeves and say, what can I do to help? And this is a lot of people around here that feel the same way, so thank you so much. Thank yous real quick. We also need to say a big thank you to production manager Todd McCrae. Can you hear me in the back? No? You can't hear me now? Okay. We need to say a special thank you to production manager Todd McCrae. Where is Todd? Todd, sneak out on the stage right there. Thank you so much. And also artist Olin De La Paz, a wonderful artist. Thank you for all your hard work here at Kids Play Museum. Thank you so much. Then that's back to Susan.
Oh, it's back to me. Oh, sorry.
Right here?
Yes, thank you. I said hi to Clay and all right. I'll tell you one thing. I mean, we are paying tribute to two very important men of this time, especially the 50th anniversary. To Kent McCrae, my darling man, I thank you. I thank all of these people on their behalf. I know you're here somewhere. I hope that you understand that he was the best man in my life and the best man in Michael's life, who we are also remembering this evening. Michael was our best friend, our best man at our wedding, and I think all of the Little House best friends as well. And I know you all love them both. Thank you for that. I don't know if Todd, wherever he is going to show you a couple of short clips real quickly that I think you'll be interested in seeing. I'm not quite sure where it's going to be. Above me. Oh, yay. Okay. Well, before that, though, I do want to bring up somebody that's very special to my heart, to Matthew's heart, and I think you have met her through this day. I have known her since she's a very young woman, and now she is a fabulous mom, and her husband loves her dearly. They are going to be celebrating their anniversary tomorrow, and I am so grateful that she's here to be with us. Leslie Landon Matthews.
Yay!
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
I just want to thank all of you. Try to pull this up. I just want to thank all of you for coming out. This has been a particularly very special year with the 50th, and this is my third big celebration to be at, and I can't tell you how awesome it is to hear the stories from all of you, to see the generations of people that continue to watch Little House, and it will continue. My dad always thought that Little House on the Prairie was going to be around after all we're gone, but I don't think he probably would have realized how enormous the love was. And it's incredibly touching. My brother Mike and I, when we first went to the Simi Valley Big 50th, I mean, we had tears in our eyes. We just couldn't believe it. And my dad, who never won an Emmy for any of the shows that he did, but the thing that always meant the most to him was the People's Choice Award, and that's all of you guys. And I want to thank all of you for the love. I want to thank all of you for the love that you continue to show, and for it's a loving thing to be able to sit around and watch a program that you don't have to worry about, that you get to talk about all kinds of things, work out all kinds of problems, show kindness, show forgiveness, and thank you for keeping this show in such a loving place in your heart. Thank you so much.
Woo!
And one more thing I want to talk about with this special lady here is her husband, Kent McCrae, who was my dad's best friend. They met on the set of Bonanza, and Kent sure knew how to keep my dad straight and narrow, because he could be a brat sometimes. And anyways, they worked together not only through Bonanza, Little House, Highway, and then on to a pilot called Us. But I told Susan, I said, you always hear that expression, behind every great man is a good woman. Well, behind my dad was Kent McCrae. And that's what made them so successful. So thank you.
I'll just add to that real quick. Two men that were super important in my life as a young man and a young actor were Kent McCrae and Michael Landon, her dad. Kent McCrae, Susan's husband, was our producer. He was, man, he got it done. And I love people that do that. And he did it with a smile, and he was a wonderful guy, and he meant the world to me. The other person that meant the world to me was Leslie's dad, Michael Landon, who maybe I'm the first person in television history who got to play my father and my own son. I'm not sure. It might be. I got to look that up. But I will say, I know we got to get this moving along, but I'll say one thing about that. As I get older in this life, the one question I get asked more than anything was, what was Michael Landon really like? And I get asked that here, I get asked that in Europe, I get asked that in Norway, I get asked that question all over the world. And I look at them and I give them a moment, because I know it means a lot to them and it meant a lot to me. And I say, you know what? As nice a guy as you would hope Michael Landon was, he was. And I just love seeing the smile on their face when I tell them that, because he was one heck of a guy. Anyway, moving on, we are going to also help pay tribute to actors that you all recognized who have unfortunately passed on. And we're going to share some pictures as we remember them. We'll also pay tribute to a few great Little House crew family. You might not know those people. We all do. They're in our hearts forever, and we love them. Sadly, there are so many great and very talented people who we choose to represent, and I'm certain our cast attending tonight, all of us here, giving your time and doing a great job for this beautiful charity kids play. We'll remember them all with smiles and definitely a story or two. All right.
Todd, could you tell me, are you going to run those little clips, or? Oh, okay. Sorry, I can't see with the light right in my face. Roll them, Todd. Oh, I'm sorry. You see, I'm a casting director. I'm not an actress, so Okay. This first clip is Michael actually speaking about how he got started in this business. So let's take a look at it, okay?
came out to California when I was 17 years old. I had a scholarship at the University of Southern California. I was a javelin thrower, and I really felt that the rest of my life was planned. I'd spend 4 years at college and then join the service and throw the javelin in the service, maybe win the Olympics. And then I hurt my arm, and I had kind of a bad time at the school after that because I couldn't compete, and I wasn't treated quite as well as I thought I should be, and I finally quit school and got a job in a warehouse. And while I was working there, a fellow I was unloading freight cars with had a scene to do at a studio. And I thought, why not? I'll give it a shot. And it was a scene from Home of the Brave, and he gave me the part of the young Jewish soldier. It was the really emotional part in the show, because he was kind of afraid of it. And it was the first time I'd ever tried anything like that, and I suddenly realized that it was a great release for me. I could cry when I was someone else and get a lot of things out of my system that I couldn't get out on my own. And one of the things I found out pretty early was that wanting to be an actor and getting a job were two entirely different things. I spent a lot of time in parking lots waiting for producers and agents to come out of their office, because if you don't have an agent, you're not a member of SAG, you can't get an appointment a lot of times. So I'd wait for them in a parking lot and do the buck and wing and whistle through my teeth and audition for them on the way to their cars. And finally, a gentleman named Jerry Stagg gave me my first chance.
We had a gentleman who was associate producer named John Hawkins. At lunchtime, Mike wouldn't eat lunch. He'd go up into John's office, and John would tell him to write a scene about such and such. And Mike would go out and write on the arm of the chair, because no one had a desk for him. And he'd write, take it back in. John would critique it for him, but in a nice way, not being nasty. And that went on for months.
While most actors in television series were negotiating for higher fees and bigger trailers and star billing, Michael Landon was one of the first to ask for something else. He wanted to direct.
I think that he was able to make me feel safe enough to show things that I wouldn't to anybody else, and that it was okay to let things out.
I think you can do a great deal in this world to pay back good fortune.
Been involved in a drug program called PADA, which is Pharmacists Against Drug Abuse. We started a pilot program back east, and after I initiated the program, I came back and wrote a 2-hour show with Matthew Laberto, who played Albert on the show. He was a wonderful young actor, because I wanted to do a show to try to reach children, young kids, when you can still get something accomplished.
Like the old saying, all great things must come to an end. And so did our 10-year run on Little House. When it was all over, when all of the buildings, which had become a second home, not only to me, but to millions of fans all over the world, were gone. And when everyone else had gone home, I remember Mike took me in his arms. I was crying, and he put my head on his chest, and he said, "Don't worry, kid. It's not the end. It's just the beginning. It's just the beginning."
My father wrote this for a Little House episode called Remember Me. Remember me with smiles and laughter, for that's how I'll remember you all. If you can only remember me with tears, then don't remember me at all.
There's a rule about not bidding against yourself, but we're not following that here. 300. With you at 3. How about 350? 350 anyone? 350 anyone? Do I hear anyone? I do. In the back, 350. Am I right? I saw that hand come up. Did I see 350 back there? There is 350? All right, still 300. All right, in the corner, I do have my 350. 350 looking for 4. 350 looking for 4. 350 looking for 4. 350. 400! 400 looking for 450. 400 looking for 450. Can you help him out here? Anybody at 450? Going once at just 400. Going twice at just 400. Last call at 400. I have it. 450 I have. I have 450 looking for 5. 450 looking for 5.
All right, I'll go 5 and I'm done.
500. 500. With you at 500.
I want this 500.
Last call at 500. Last call at 500, looking for 550, going down once, going down twice. So, 500. Next lot 5, another doll, Ashton Drake.